Hey guys, and welcome to Armchair Conversations with Rob. Today I wanted to talk a little bit because I mentioned that I would say something about this meditation. I've talked in one of my clips about the fact that I use some things to help me with meditation and like subliminal affirmations and things at night to kind of help me with keeping myself on a more positive track. Well, tonight I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the things that have to do with meditation because I wouldn't consider myself necessarily a master meditator, but I'm definitely an avid one. I believe in it very strongly for a lot of good reasons. Um, One of the things that I like about meditation has been that it comes with uh, some benefits, nice ones actually. Being able to focus, because meditation is really, it's many different things to different people, but for me, I can tell you what it is for me. It has given me a better ability to focus on a particular task or subject, or to concentrate. It's helped me with my observational skills as far as being able to observe details and specifics, and it's helped me to be able to really detach things into pieces so that they can be better examined, including emotional attachments. It's helped me, the biggest thing it's helped me to do is really to relax, to be able to calm myself, to calm my nervous system down, to calm my brain down. Um, People who know me now might not think this, but some of you guys from out here in West Virginia that grew up with me, went to school with me, know that there was a time when I was pretty high strung kid, kind of anxious, um, wiry physically. And I was just, I was never what I consider a bad kid, but I was definitely somebody who was in need of something to help them with their self control and self discipline. And so I got into several things that still stick to this day with me. I like martial arts. I learned lots of different martial arts techniques. I wouldn't consider myself some high-ranking black belt in any of them, but I had gotten to a level of decent ability in several of the arts and being able to teach others, particularly smaller kids and beginners. And so that was something that was cool, but it was kind of natural for me to gravitate into meditation because it's a part of that discipline, learning to focus your mind, learning to concentrate. But I got meditation into some areas where I was learning to relax and learning to expand my thought processes and be able to look deeper inside myself and work with what you can hear referred to as the weaknesses within my personality. And so meditation helps with a lot of those things. The things that I found it to be helpful with is, like I say, your ability to concentrate, your ability to examine things and be more analytical when necessary. Or it also helped with my physical discipline because quieting your mind helps you to get in better touch with your body. Um, I was able to feel things about my physicality that I wouldn't have felt otherwise. Being able to tell sometimes when your nerves are out of sync, or the heart's beating a little faster. Being able to tell when your blood pressure goes up, or your breathing it changes, or when being able to feel more deeply the sensations of both pain and pleasure. And I found that being able to quiet my mind allowed some of these things to come through to the surface. So I really do encourage people to consider meditation. When it comes to the ideas of self development, I like meditation as a tool in a balanced set, uh, because it will help you to examine things that you picture to yourself in your brain. Um, Learning to both hype yourself up and relax yourself have advantages biochemically, I'm told when you look at some of the studies on people who undergo meditation as a part of their daily regimen, they can have better health, lower blood pressure, better relaxation response, better sensitivity. Then you get into more of the metaphysical things like being able to feel the energy in your body, learning to appreciate and feel the different nuances of the etheric energies in the air. Even changes things like your basic senses like sight, smell, taste, and touch. And so I advocate it highly. Now, let's move on to some of the particulars of how, because I'm going to call this one Humble Beginnings. I don't believe you have to meditate for hours at a time starting out. Um, David Carradine mentioned once in a book that he wrote about Kung Fu that he had trouble meditating for any length of time, so he started with baby steps of small times each day. Uh, so, for example, you got a minute when you're sitting at a light. You can take a moment just to take a deep breath and really get into the moment of feeling your lungs expand with the air as it goes through your nose, and the contractions in your body as your physicality changes as that air expands inside of your chest cavity and your stomach, and the breathing out process of contraction and the shrinking and coming together of the body. That is meditation too. And doing that several times a day when you think of it um, can be beneficial until you're able to do more. Because again, this is a progression. We're talking about baby steps here. I don't think that that half an hour meditation sessions, hour meditation sessions, or even 15-minute meditation sessions are for everybody. If you just don't have the ability to do that yet, it doesn't mean you can't benefit from what meditation can give you. You just have to do it in smaller snippets. Now, I also, besides meditating on my own, which I did for a while as a youngster, going up into my early 20s. Was helpful, but I also ended up doing a little more study and research about it, and I ran across a program. Um, I will plug it, but the truth of the matter is I'm not doing this for any kind of compensation. I actually believe in what he's offering. It's called Holosync, and the guy's name is Bill Harris, who helped to develop the technology. And I've liked Holosync very much because it is um, it's along the lines of some of the things you see on YouTube today, like binaural beat patterns and things of that nature. And they're tones that are generated, or vibrational tones that are generated, that help the brain to get in the different brainwave states to facilitate different activities. You know, there are binaural beat patterns that help you with your alpha state, which is your more relaxed focus. And that's a state that's very good for things like relaxed concentration. It's very good for studying, things of that nature. Things like the theta state are good for visualization, actualizing some of your more metaphysical energies toward a goal of changing your destiny, your life purpose, getting creative insights. Um, then you have things like delta, which is often the deeper relaxed state that you work with your subconscious in as far as during sleep time. And so there are different brainwave patterns for each. What we are in now, right now, as we're talking, is normally called beta. But there are different brainwave patterns, and you can go and check that stuff out. But I often use those things to help me get into those patterns, brainwave patterns, more easily than just meditating on your own. Um, I do believe in meditating on your own at times, but I also believe that any tool you can use to help you to do this thing better, that's not negative or damaging, is a good idea. So, the takeaways from this little clip are: meditating is a good thing. It helps with a lot of your health, both mental and physical. It helps with all types of things to do with your body's ability to even fend off diseases and stay healthy and boost your immune system. It's supposed to help with, and I've heard these things said that it helps with things like blood pressure. It can help you get in touch with a body part that's having issues. It can help you get in touch with a new sense of kinesthetic awareness in the case of injuries. Then you can use meditation, of course, for visualization and the more psychological and metaphysical things that go along with the process. So, again, don't have to start right away in some crazy hour sitting in lotus position with your knees freaking breaking to meditate. You can meditate sitting right here listening. You can meditate while sitting at a red light in traffic. You can take a deep breath and just focus on being right there in that moment. And that's the beginnings of meditation. And then as you do it, you'll get better and you'll be able to meditate longer if you wish to. Um, there are some people that are just so natural at it that they might be able to get all they need out of sitting at the stoplight once a day or taking that deep breath or two um, in between. So you just got to play with it and figure out where you sit. But I do think it's beneficial. I really encourage it. And I have some things that I might share with you along the way as we do talk about all kinds of subjects, including meditation, that might be helpful with your development from another perspective. Because a lot of the things we talk about have real world applications as far as like, okay, saying positive things to yourself, you know, doing actions that are going to benefit your life, being willing to examine your conscious mind's processes. But meditation can help with your subconscious mind's processes and being able to access those, because being able to still your mind can let things bubble to the surface that you may either embrace or need to deal with, as the case may be. And so that is another reason you would want to. Um, I found it to be real helpful in eliminating some of my external representations like anger, frustration. It's given me more patience, more tolerance, more ability to delve deeper into myself to release emotional things that let me be kind and let me be warm and loving and giving and cheerful to people. It's let me forgive uh, trespasses a lot easier. It's let some things slide off of me that normally would have stuck to me and caused me grief for many years to come. And so I'm a big believer in it for those reasons too. And as I say, you can get those benefits with a minute or two here or there during the day. And as you can, like I say, increase your time, I think your benefits will increase too. The average person who is an avid meditator probably meditates somewhere between half an hour to 3 hours. I tend to do about half an hour to an hour because let's face it, folks, we got to work for a living if we're not already well off enough to take hours and hours to sit and do one thing. We usually have a bunch of things going on, kids, work, school, whatever. So take a few minutes to do meditations in between and let that be enough to start with. And then as the benefits begin to flow or your life opens up where you can do more, then you do it. But do not refuse to start because you can't do half an hour. Like I say, even 1 minute or just taking deep breath is enough to get your ball rolling. And once you get the ball rolling, because this is a skill that can help with the other life skills you're trying to develop and help with digging into your psyche so you can change some things and work on some behaviors. And even because of its ability to enhance focus and concentration, visualize the goals that you're after better. Um, I just think it's worthwhile to get started. So, that being said, I want you guys to check out um, a couple of things on YouTube. Um, binaural beat patterns. Um, there's a new one called isochiral music, and I'm not sure how I feel about that one, but check it out. Because there are tons of like basic meditations that you can look at on YouTube for various issues. But I also want you to check out a more professional program that is geared toward just the meditation and no fancy frills or any crazy visual aids. And that's Holosync. That's the one I started with, and I like it very much. And like I say, I'm plugging the product because I believe in it. So I just want you to check it out. And the web address is www.centerpoint with an E. That's CENTERPOINTE.com. The program might be a little out of the normal price range you would expect for just the basic sound program. But there's a lot of other support and other things that go with it, and there's lots of freebies and goodies too, so check him out. Like I said, that's the one I started with, but I also play with a lot of the stuff that's out there on YouTube, and just get started. Use it as a tool to help you get further along where you're trying to go. So again, humble beginnings, do it, even if it's just a minute, and give it a few weeks and see where you're at with it, and see if it doesn't start to help you change your life for the better. Again, guys, I always appreciate you tuning in and checking me out. One other thing I do want to say before I go is getting comments. I appreciate the comments, but start asking me some questions so I can have something else to talk about other than just creative rambling. That way, I can get a better following and you guys can get more out of me and I can get more out of you if I learn from you and you ask me questions or tell me things that you guys want to talk about. Since right now, being where we are, it's kind of one-sided. I intend at some point to have some kind of conversations where people can actually be together in groups and discuss, because I don't feel like my knowledge is the only knowledge out there for sure. And I learn just as much from you guys as you take away from me. So leave me some comments and ask questions, and maybe I can take a look at those and deal with some of the topics that you want to talk about, because I find that most of the people in my life think that I'm better off when I have some kind of directed conversation with you as the audience, or as the co-creators in this little naughty and fun conspiracy to better ourselves. So anyway, again, always appreciated. Throw me some comments, throw me some questions, so I'll have something to talk about that you want to hear, not just what I cocked together. And again, thank you for sharing my armchair.